One day is with the Lord as 1,000 years. So in our time, right, it's 1,000 years, okay? In our time, it's 1,000 years. But with the Lord, it's one day, okay? It's one day. So we've been over here 500 years. So the Heavenly Father and His Son saying, y'all been over there half a day. Y'all been in captivity for half a day. Okay? So they haven't forgot. So He haven't forgot His word, and He haven't forgot us who believe in Him through faith. Okay? He haven't forgot. Okay? That's half a day, man. Okay? It ain't been a full day with the Heavenly Father and His Son. It's half a day. So they haven't forgot us, man. Okay? And they haven't forgot His word of what He was going to do by bringing down Esau's kingdom. Okay? By thermonuclear destruction. Okay? This 2 Peter 3 and 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So even though that time has passed, the Heavenly Father and His Son haven't forgot about His promise, and He haven't forgot about how He gonna nuke this place. Okay? So you're supposed to keep faith. This 2 Peter 3 and 9. The Lord is not slack concerning His promise. Yeah, the Lord don't slack concerning His promise. He gon' deliver Israel. He remembered the covenant that He gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? He remembered the covenant. Okay? And He passed by Esau. He ain't get Esau nothing. Okay? He ain't get Esau nothing, man. Passed by Esau. Okay? They tell you that in the Apocrypha. He passed by Esau. If I can find it, Lord willing, I can find it. Let me see right here. Let me see if I can find it. Huh? I can't hear it, bro. Nah, he done. He don't care nothing about Esau. You don't care nothing about Esau, man. Let me see here. I think I'm in the right chapter. This is 2nd Ezra, the 3rd chapter, and I'm looking for it. It's oh, okay. Here you go. I'm gonna start at 3. This 2nd Ezra 3 and 9, and the point is verse 16. I'll read down into it. Again, in the process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world, and destroyest them. And verse 10, and it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. Verse 11, nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men. Verse 12, and it happened that when they dwelt upon the earth, began to multiply, and had begotten them many children, and there were a great people, they began again to be ungodly than the first. So in other words, the generation that was hit by that flood, right? Compared to this generation, they are much more ungodly, man. Okay? And back then, it was the Adamites. In other words, for you to understand what I'm saying is, back then they were called Adamites, but today they call Israelites. So the Israelites had forsook, and back then the Adamites had forsook the ways of the Heavenly Father. Okay? In the same way today. Okay? Israel had become more ungodly, and who's ruling? Esau. And while the earth flooded, Cain. Man, it's this second Ezra 3 and 11. Nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men. Verse 12. And it happened that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply, and had begotten them many children, and were a great people, they began to be more ungodly than the first. Right? Verse 13. Now, when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them, whose name was Abraham. So it's running down the history. Okay? So it's running down the history. Abraham. Verse 14. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showest thy will. Verse 15. And madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. Now it's finna go on. You know Abraham had 8 seeds. Okay? Verse 15. And madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. Now, did Esau come out of Abraham? Yes, because Isaac is the progenitor of Esau, right? And Esau is the progenitor of these Edomites, okay? And did Esau come out of Abraham? Yeah. Well, let's see what the scriptures say about that. Forsake his seed. Verse 16. And unto him thou gavest Isaac. There you go. And unto Isaac thou gavest Jacob and Esau. Let me see that sign, Jacob and Esau. Okay? So they're running down the history. Right? There you go. Right? First, this second Ezra 3 and 16. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau, and so Jacob became a great multitude. So, did he make an everlasting covenant? And did he choose Esau? Nah. Okay? What Esau got right now is vain. Okay? It's vain. So, is Esau gonna have the things that he got forever? Nah. Because what's gonna happen is Esau gonna lose everything he got, and after 1,000 years, Esau is going to be wiped out. It's not gonna be no more of what you call today so-called white people. It's not gonna be no more of Edomites on the earth. Okay? And when you read Obadiah, the 18th verse, it tells you. Okay? But after this happened, right? After this happened, matter of fact, I'm finna show you something. Matter of fact, I'm finna show you something. Let me see here. I'm finna go to Obadiah, right? And I'm gonna read up into it. I'm gonna show you something. Right? I keep my, y'all bear with me. They go slave patrol. They go slave patrol. Y'all bear with me. I'm looking for Obadiah. I know it's stuck between now. Stuck in now. Alright, I'm finna show you something. Alright. This is I'm gonna read this. This is Obadiah, right? And like I was saying, everything that Esau got is vain, man. He gonna lose everything, man. The Heavenly Father through Isaac, right? The blessing that Esau got, which he said he shall live by the sword. Hey man, if you live by the sword, you shall die by the sword. So when Isaac gave him that blessing, he was setting him up for destruction anyway, when he gave him that blessing. Because Esau being carnal, what was he gonna use that blessing for? To take everything, okay? He wasn't gonna use it in righteousness to defend his brother Jacob. What he was gonna do, use it in wickedness to take everything. And that's what he done. He took everything. He got the fatness of the earth. He got all the resources. He ruling, okay? He ruling. But is he gonna be able to keep it? Nah. He gonna lose it. So it's really in vain, man. He really ain't gave him nothing, man. Because if you really got something, you'll keep it forever, man. If something really belongs to you, you'll keep it forever, man. So if you lose it, you really ain't got it, man. Okay? This Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So even though one day with the Lord is 1,000 years, this prophecy is still gonna come to pass, okay? It's still gonna come to pass. So you keep faith. Even though you're in the flesh, but you walk in faith in the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. And you know through faith that this world is gonna end. No matter what you're going through in your daily life. Your car break down, you catching hell on the job, you working more hours than you generally work. Hey, you can't watch the news, you can't watch the videos like you want to. Hey, you can't listen to the brothers putting up videos, you can't watch videos all the time. Hey, know that this world gonna end, man. You can't keep the Sabbath like you want to. This goddamn devil having you work, okay? Know that this world gonna end through faith, man. Esau make it hard, man. Esau make it hard, man. This place is wicked, okay? This Obadiah 18 and 18, this Obadiah 18th verse. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. That's the northern kingdom, from Ephraim on down, right? And the house of Esau, so-called white man, for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Now I'm finna jump. I'm finna hit you, brother, with something, right? Hit you, brother, with something. This is the cold part about this. This Isaiah 10 and 17. And the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and the Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour the thorns and his briars in one day. That's talking about the house of Esau, man. So after they served 1,000 years of slavery, right, in one day, We're gonna wipe their ass out. Ain't gonna be no more of them. This Job 20 and